I'm going to introduce the chairman.
Thank you, Brother Jordan. I just want to say that in many ways we already know the sister. Because she's in this room with her. We've seen her all over this country, all over the world. African women who gone through so much, carrying African people on your backs and in your womb, and who actually lived under circumstances where your womb was unit of production, who produced children in order to have, for a white man to establish the whole social system, to be able to have workers who can pick cotton and do other kinds of things, and now build the prison systems, and who widowed too early in life as a consequence of state terror, violence that's imposed on us, and then of course we've seen you lose your children, and Yashika is like that. She is like, we've known her because we've seen all of this happen, but she is different, and she's different in the way that I feel that Tony Taylor is different. We've seen also what has happened when children have been murdered, and how the media and so-called civil rights leaders, sometimes lawyers, intimidate and browbeat the parents of these children to make the children make the parents say things like, well, we forgive them and all the police are not bad, and this kind of nonsense. Of course, Tony Taylor was not that kind of mother. You know, we know that. And I'm really happy to see her, and neither is Yashika Clemens that kind of mother. I just want to say something briefly about this courageous woman, who I think really helps us to have a whole new template for what resistance looks like. And she stands, she's a tiny woman, just like Tony Taylor, but they stand at such an incredible with stature, just big in their stature, despite the size, the small size they are physically. And I saw Yashika Clemens for the first time during an interview. And because what had happened was on March 31st of this year, the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department chasing 3 girls, 2 of whom were 15 and 1 was 16, and that was Yashika Clemens' daughter. Chased them in a vehicle, chased them into a cemetery with only one way in, one way out, and pushed them into a pond. And then stood there having a casual conversation as the 3 girls drowned. And then an incredible situation. And then after the girls drowned, the sheriff department and the media dutifully reporting what the sheriff department had to say, declared that the girls were responsible for their own death, that the police acted heroically to try to rescue them, and they died as a consequence of the criminality of the 15 and 16-year-old girls and the bad parenting from their mothers, which is extraordinary. And as you know, all of African women are bad parents. And it's incredible, given the fact that in my lifetime, I've recognized when there was black women who took care of white women's children. So all of a sudden, we don't know how to parent. But that's what they did. And so a press conference was happening dealing with that case. And a lawyer for one of the other girls was hosting this press conference, and Yashika heard about it. Now, Yashika works something like 12 hours a day. She gets up and she goes to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. She had 5 children, one of whom is 2 years old. And so she catches a bus to go to work. She's a manager for Popeyes. Not Popeyes, but Taco Bell. So she goes to work, and then she works often to 6:30, and then she catches the bus to come back to work. And when she heard that this press conference was happening, she went in her work uniform and disrupted this press conference and made them have to talk to her because they were slandering her child and they were slandering the other two girls as well. And I watched this thing with this woman here by herself fighting fiercely. You've seen how Chris Cuomo and Don Lemon bully the victims' parents and stuff like that. Not this sister. She was going tit for tat with them, and I just thought it was so brave, so bold, and she was by herself. You know, she had nobody there but her. So that's when we met her, and we knew also that we had to have a relationship with this sister that was at all possible. And there's much more that can be said about her. In many ways, it is kind of ordinary in the sense that African women have been so heroic during our entire experience with white power. But under all kinds of bad leadership, then we've seen African women, most often as a consequence of horrible stuff that was done by weak male leadership that tells them that you got to cow down now. You got to apologize for your children. Yeah. Here's a system that's dragged us into slavery, that stole us, and now we want to say the three girls stole a car. What is that? I mean, so those of us who've been stolen are now accused of being the thieves, which is an extraordinary kind of thing. And these were 15 and 16-year-old girls. And this sister stood up for them, and in so doing, she stood up for us. Because when they slander those girls, and when they slander those parents, they're slandering black people. And it's something they're supposed to be able to get away with because they are black. And the whole world understands that. And these overtime Negro leaders stepped forward to validate everything white power was doing. In this instance, we actually had an African who is on the county commission in Pinellas County, Florida, who put on some wading boots, and went to the pond because the sheriff, initially saying that they did courageously try to rescue them, said that they tried, but it was too dangerous, and the typical thing, they were fearful of their lives, right? And so they didn't go to rescue the girls. That's what they said. Now we have this guy who's on the county commission because all the black people, all the Africans are incensed by what they have done, and especially when the video comes up that shows this guy standing around talking as these children die and saying that, you know, I hear screaming. Don't you hear screaming? But they're not. You've seen it perhaps yourselves on the internet. And this guy, he puts on wading boots and he goes and videos himself at the edge of the pond. He says, I'm in the water up to my ankles now. Wow, that's pretty deep. You understand? I'm in the water up to my ankles now. And I'm afraid too. And so that the sheriff deputies, they were okay not to try to rescue those children. And we had the black middle class who took that kind of stance initially and came out against these girls and against the African community. But this sister stood strong and tall. And I just want to welcome Sister Yashika, because we believe it's a case that should be adopted by people throughout the world, and we want to offer Sister Yashika an opportunity to bring this case to you at this time now. So please welcome Yashika Clemens.
As you know, on March 31st, 2016, the Pinellas County Sheriff Department and the St. Petersburg Department killed my babies. And yes, I said my babies, because all three of those girls were mine. Even though I only birthed one, they were mine. I have to feed them and to clothe them and then give them a place to stay when they needed someone to just hang out. I have to buy things for them. So yes, they were mine. And the police come to me at my job on March 31st to tell me this sad story. And this is what they said. They came in there about maybe 10 to 15 police officers. And they want to speak to me. And I'm asking them, why? What did I do? Why are y'all here? I've never done anything bad before. And the lady proceeds to grab at me, so I back away. Because you're not putting handcuffs on me for nothing I've done wrong. And I'm standing in the doorway, and they start to ask me questions. They want to know where my kids go to school at. How do they look? Where are they at right now? Who's taking care of them? And so forth. And I'm asking them why. And then they want me to describe to them how my daughter looks. They say, describe Dominique. So I tell them about her tattoo on her leg, my name, and the tattoo on her brother's name. And God looks at me and says, she's dead. Just as plain as that. No remorse in his voice, no care in the world. So today I'm here to get justice for these 3 little girls. They murdered them, they slandered their names. They thought I was going to be quiet and I had nothing to say. You got the wrong mother, especially on that day.
Yeah,
And each and every day, I have to wait. My baby would never be there. She would never knock on my door again. She would never borrow any of my things. I would never be able to shop with her, to sit at the table and eat with her. But they want me to go on with my life like they never took her from me. Where Bob and Taro and your police officers, y'all can take that with a shovel that should be. I'm a mother in mourning. I mourn for all 3. But that behind the years, I'm coming for it. I'm coming for thee. You have wronged me for the color of my skin. You have taken my kids from me and from this world. You keep plenty of Africans because we are polite. We're not allowed to walk down the streets. We're not allowed to be free. And you think that's right? But I'm here, and I'm standing proud. And the Uhuru movement has my life. And I'm very, very appreciative. Because when no one else was there, the lawyers that I called trying to get someone to take my case, no one wanted to help. But the Uhuru movement is already in the streets, protesting for these girls, putting out flyers and talking to the community, letting them know what the truth was, holding press conferences. And so this is my family. This is where I belong. And they want to tell me, oh, don't join them. They're so violent. Well, you know what? That's what I need. I need someone to understand who's going to help keep me strong, who's going to help me to fight. So we're going to get these white people out of our communities. We're going to say, y'all can have one more life. Not one more life. We give to y'all. Not one more.
Yes, yes.
My fight is strong. And not because they were my babies, but because they were Africans. And they had every right to be here. Y'all came over there and y'all took it years and years ago. And y'all think y'all had the right? No. So I'm here asking that each and every one of you join me, unite with the fight. Help us get Black community control on the police. Get the ones that want to wrong us behind bars and in jails. The ones that have been killing us for years, they're the ones who need to be in those prison cells. But they hold our Black men in there behind drug charges and what have you for 20 and 30 years. We need to get behind the stance and get our people free. So please join me and help us get Black community control of the police in each and every community worldwide. Help us stand and help us fight. Because what they did that night, it was not right. And they did it in the dark because they're so scared, you see. But I'm in the light, and I'm coming. And you're going to see me. I'm here.
because what they said was that the 3 girls had got a ride from a 35-year-old man who was going to take them someplace that he was supposed to be giving them a ride. And on the way to going there, he stopped at a Walmart to buy a television. And he stopped at a Walmart that didn't sell televisions, actually. And he left his key in the ignition of the car while he's in the Walmart. And he says that while he's there, the 3 girls took his car. And the police, the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department, spot the girls on 2 or 3 different occasions. And they defied a policy that they have of no chase. They chased the 3 girls, and according to the dashcam recorders, they traveled up to 93 miles per hour chasing those girls. And the girls went with the car into a cemetery. And a winding road, uneven gravel and what have you on the road, they went into a cemetery. And then the police said that the girls drove into this pond. And they said that they were not chasing the girls, but they said the girls were fleeing from them. And I don't know how you flee from somebody who's not chasing you. And they said they never pursued them faster than 30 miles per hour. That's what they said. They were never traveling faster than 30 miles per hour. They said initially that the sheriff deputies heroically tried to rescue the girls. They took off their shirts and their belts and did heroic kinds of stuff. And what we learned later is through other video that surfaces that they stood there casually chatting while the girls were drowning. Some of you may have seen that video. They just had a casual discussion. So then they said that the girls were responsible because they were thieves. And the media began to report that the girls stole the car. But the girls were never, first of all, charged with stealing anything. They were killed. They were never charged with stealing a car. There was no charge ever made of car theft against those girls. That's one thing.